For me, it's interesting, just over a little over a year ago, gosh, it's hard to believe that, I had just won the primary and didn't have a general election opponent. And so my two main focuses was making sure that, one, I could transition into being county executive and put the right people in place. And the other was helping to make sure that we re-elected the governor and lieutenant governor behind me. Because we had known here in Prince George's County, they did a great job during their first term. But as a new county executive, I knew that the prosperity and future of Prince George's County lay with their partnership in the coming years. And so, along with my fellow Prince Georgians, we gave 88% of our votes for the O'Malley Brown ticket. Because they knew, as I knew, that they were just getting started in that first term. And now here we are, almost a year later. What has happened over that time? We signed an MOU that set the roadmap to create a regional hospital run by UMS right here in Prince George's County, making us the engine for health care reform. What else did we do? We worked together to make sure Cantera is on the roadmap, so we have one of the largest construction projects in this region and create jobs. We also broke ground on the broadband network, giving our students, residents, and businesses the technological edge that we need in this area. The governor just didn't stop there, though. He continued to make us safe by providing grants for youth gang prevention, resources to our state's attorney's office so that we could go after repeat offenders. And today, we announce a cabinet-level office right here in Prince George's County. And we do it on an appropriate site, right near the Metro, the MARC station. Once again, our shared vision of transit-oriented development. Anchored here in New Carrollton, Mayor Hanco, having our business communities expand around here. And eventually, I know we will see the developments around Suitland, Largo, and Branch Avenue. That Prince George's County intends to be the economic engine of this region and this state. And today we take a giant step in that movement forward. But we wouldn't be here without a great partner of ours. A man who has not forgotten his home base. A man who has not forgotten where he got his start in the political arena. And that is our very own Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown. He has been a great partner, Governor, I want you to know, in helping this county move forward. And I know we wouldn't be here today without his help and your help. And so I want to personally thank you for all the hard work that you've done on behalf of Prince George's County. And finally, I'd like to welcome my good friend, Ray Skinner, to his new home right here in Prince George's County. I am sure we can make your commute short. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. How is that for the green economy? But I close by saying we're indeed pleased, and I speak on behalf of all Prince Georgians when I say this is a great day for us. And thank you, Governor, and thank you, Lieutenant Governor.
Hey, thank you. This will be the future home to the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development. And there is not a more important county within which a department like this could be located than Prince George's County. Get this, 27% reduction in violent crime over the past 5 years, the best standardized test scores the county has achieved since testing began. Prince George's County is a county that is on the move. You heard the county executive talk proudly about the strides on the hospital, strides on broadband, the strides that this county is making every day in every way against the same headwinds that we face as a nation. But nonetheless, Prince George's County and the people of Prince George's County choose to move forward. And they have partners in the state of Maryland who want to move forward as well. So that's what today's about. 5 years ago, Lieutenant Governor Brown and I made it a priority to make sure that we delivered on a promise that had long been talked about of making sure that there was an agency located in Prince George's County. The challenges to Maryland's smart growth challenge, to Maryland's growth challenges, to Maryland's sprawl challenges, those challenges can be met and those challenges can be accommodated to a very large degree around the 15 different transit-oriented development sites adjacent to metro stops throughout this county. 14 of the 15 are still have a tremendous amount of land that can be developed. And so that's why we signed Delegate Holmes' legislation to move this process forward, and we have 4 major announcements as part of this announcement. Number 1, we will be locating the new headquarters for housing and community development here in a new retail, residential, mixed-use facility across the street here in New Carrollton at a beautiful site, and there's a wonderful picture of it called Metroview. Here we go. This is a transit-oriented development site. Why? Because it's convenient to Metro, convenient to subways, convenient to buses, convenient to MARC, convenient to Amtrak, convenient to Ray Skinner's house. And when it's completed, it will also be convenient to the Purple Line light rail as well. All right. Number 2. The project will include 30,000 square feet of retail space, and in keeping with the mission of housing and community development, more than 400 units of market and affordable rental housing for the people that do the work at CSC and other places accessible by this metro. Number 3. The developers of this project will be led by Grand Central Development, a company whose principals include Prince George's County's own Carl Williams. Carl, where are you? There he is. Carl's there hugging the Metro sign. Newmark, Knight, Frank, and Enterprise Community Investments will also be part of this dynamic team. Number 4, we are targeting a late summer and early fall 2013 as the move-in dates. So those are sort of the 4 pieces of this announcement. We are going to, and Mark Train's excited about it as well. We are making this investment here in Prince George's County for one bottom line, and that is to create jobs. There's a tremendous amount of job creating potential in Prince George's County. Tremendous amount of smart growth potential all around the as yet undeveloped metro sites, transit-oriented development sites. 300 jobs will be created just in the building of this project this year. We have 15,000 workers that are working on construction sites by projects that are supported by that AAA bond rating that your delegates, senators, and the Lieutenant Governor and I defend. There's more job creation where that came from because there will be 80 retail jobs and in the building management. And by sparking further growth in the region, the potential is ripe for incalculable job creation. You know, in the past was the past. The future has tremendous number of sites that are available for development here in Prince George's County. And I think with this project, we can show that the state government, the county government can work together in partnership with private business to make job creation happen. In the past, there was occasions when oftentimes everybody would get in each other's way. But with Rashern Baker's leadership, with the partnership at the state, with the leadership of the Lieutenant Governor and your dynamic delegation, we show that we can move forward. We can actually make these transit-oriented development sites happen here in Prince George's County. So we wanted to make this an opportunity, not not just for New Carrollton, though Mayor Hanko, I'm sure you agree that there could not have been a better location chosen for this. But it's not just about New Carrollton. It's about showing that New Carrollton can be an example of the sort of smarter, more sustainable, transit-oriented development that can happen throughout our state if we're going to save the Bay, protect our quality of life, and create jobs. So 14 of the 15 metro stations in Prince George's have yet to be developed, and so this is a harbinger of things to come. With that, let me now introduce a man who has been a leader of this administration. I can't imagine how we would have been able to balance, move forward at the same time, and make such tremendous strides in health, in higher education, and yes, in economic development. First with BRAC and now with transit-oriented development. Please welcome our Lieutenant Governor, Anthony Brown.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Governor O'Malley. How's everybody doing today? Wow, what another exciting day here in Prince George's County. It seems like just yesterday it was the hospital. Tomorrow, who knows what's next. But let me say, there are a few others that joined us. I want to acknowledge Senator Victor Ramirez, Delegate Melanie Griffith. I see Council Member Mel Franklin has joined us, Delegate Aisha Braveboy, all of whom are rolling up their sleeves and partnering with us in protecting and preserving the quality of life that we enjoy here in Maryland. Governor, let me thank you very much. This is certainly an example of a promise made and a promise kept. Absolutely. In 2006, Governor O'Malley and I stood with many of you. We were at Bowie State University, and we made a commitment that we would bring a state agency to Prince George's County. Not just any state agency, but something that made sense for the state and for the county. And at that time, you may recall, we talked about Homeland Security. But when we analyzed that and realized that that wasn't the best thing to do, a lot of people said, there they go again. Another campaign promise made, and it may be a campaign promise that is not kept. But that wasn't the case. Because of our commitment, the governor's leadership, and I really do want to thank the Prince George's delegation, Chair Senator Peters and Melanie Griffith, for working together with the O'Malley Brown administration when you created the task force to identify the right agency to move to Prince George's County. And that's why we're very excited to be here today as the governor and all of us are announcing the relocation of the Department of Housing and Community Development. I want to thank Rashawn Baker. You've been a real partner in Annapolis. The confidence that you have, or that we have in you, the confidence that the General Assembly has in you, has really inured to the benefit of Prince George's County, because the things that you and we together are trying to achieve on behalf of Prince George's County cannot be accomplished solely by that very strong delegation in Prince George's County, but it requires a statewide collaboration and partnership. The second floor, everyone on the first floor, county government, and you're just doing an outstanding job, and I want to commend you for your leadership, Rashawn. I also want to thank Ray Skinner, doing an outstanding job leading the Department of Housing and Community Development. Thank you for accepting the governor's offer to return, or invitation to return to state government. You're doing a tremendous job. Whether it's helping families fight off foreclosure, whether it's helping us throughout the state bring more affordable housing options to Marylanders, you're doing an outstanding job. And let me take this opportunity to also say on behalf of the governor to all of the men and women that work at the Maryland State Department of Housing and Community Development, we appreciate your service to the people of Maryland. Right. And since most of my remarks are thank yous, I might just add one more here. And this is sort of one that I don't have an opportunity to make too often, and it's because of the nature of his job. But you may recall that when the General Assembly created that task force to look at what would be the best option for moving a state agency, and it was going to make a recommendation to the O'Malley Brown administration, that task force was chaired by my Chief of Staff, Earl Adams. And Earl Adams is a resident of Fort Washington. And Earl, I want to thank you, because you worked with the governor's staff every day, you worked with the county executive staff, the folks at DHCD, at Department of General Services, and I want to thank you for making sure that we always kept this issue on the front burner for the 5 years that we've been working this issue. So I want to thank you, Earl, for your work. I know you're a proud Prince Georgian, and thanks for being a part of the team. This does culminate about 18 months of hard work between the Department of Housing and Community Development, the Department of General Services, the Governor's Office, and members on my staff. And we also want to thank, again, our partners in local government and the development team Prince Georgian, Carl Williams. He's got a demonstrated record of success. But let me tell you, Carl, we got the highest expectations here. We know you're going to deliver. You wouldn't have been first on the list, but let you know we've got high expectations. But we know that you're going to be able to deliver and help us fulfill that promise of bringing an agency to Prince George's County. As the governor mentioned, transit-oriented development is a priority of ours. In 2008, we announced our revised TOD program as part of the governor's Smart Green and Growing program, and today really is one of the several culminations of our commitment to TOD as we announce the Department of Housing and Community Development coming here today. The development that the governor announced today is going to provide a significant economic boost to New Carrollton and Prince George's County and the state of Maryland, and the timing couldn't be better. We can measure that economic benefit. The governor mentioned some of those criteria or measurements. 300 construction jobs over the course of the construction period. 80 permanent retail and building management related jobs once the building is complete. All of this is part of our effort to achieve our strategic priority of creating, saving, and placing Maryland residents in 250,000 jobs by 2012. And the bottom line is that moving DHCD to Prince George's County and the construction of the Metroview project will create a total public economic benefit to the state and the county over the 15-year lease of $12 million. All right. And finally, this is another great example of the public sector working with the private sector to deliver results on behalf of the people of Prince George's County and the state of Maryland. Thank you very much. It's now my honor to bring to the podium the developer, Carl Williams.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I am both honored and humbled to be at this podium right now today. I want to thank the governor, lieutenant governor, our county executive, our senators, delegates, friends over at the Department of Economic Development at Prince George's County, state of Maryland, Ray Skinner, DGS, the brokers, our council member, Golson, our council chair, and John Lally. My team, I have a wonderful team. Norm Rivera, who's here, John Lally, Bobby Henry, Tim Munshell's my partner, who should be up here with me right now. Department of Government Services delegate, everyone who has been with us and worked with us over these past 18 months to try to move this project forward. It has been a grueling competition, and we're very honored to be here today. We're excited about the opportunity. I live and work here in Prince George's County. I've been developing here for over 15 years, and it is most exciting to have the opportunity to deliver the first state government office, a headquarters office here in Prince George's County. In order to get to this point, it's taken a lot of teamwork, not just from my internal team, but also commitments and participation from the city government first, who was one of the first to buy into our vision for New Carrollton. And Mayor Hanko, I really want to personally express my thanks to you and to our council member Eric Olson, and also to our city administrator Mike Downs, who have been very supportive of us. In order for us to get to this expedited delivery that the state is requiring, it's going to continue to require teamwork. We're going to need the assistance of the city, the state, and our county executive, who has promised to stay by my side as we fight through what will be a
good.
The location. The location is important for a lot of reasons. It is our only regional transit hub in the state of Maryland. It's only one or two in the metro system. Union Station in downtown DC is the other. We have MARC, Metro, Amtrak, 495, 95, 450, 410. Everything converges here. We're also a bus stop for the county bus, and even for Greyhound and Trailways, as many people don't even know. The other thing that's really important to note, and hopefully the state government employees will hear this, we are 12 minutes by rail. 12 minutes by rail to BWI. We are the fastest way to get to BWI of any other opportunity anywhere around the Washington metropolitan area. If you park here and get on that train, you are in the terminal in 12 minutes. That can't happen anywhere else, including if you drive to BWI. By the time you park, it takes longer than that. In terms of our development here, we are proposing underground parking on 3 levels right across the street where the CSC office building is. On the first level we'll have retail. There'll be 4 stories of office, and above that there'll be 442 apartments, 20% of which will be set aside for workforce housing, which was negotiated and is a requirement of our council member. And it's a wonderful thing. To be able to include workforce housing directly across the street from a metro. We also look forward to we have this idea. As developers, we have ideas. You know, it's kind of what we do. And we look forward to working with the county to create our county's first performing arts center here on the site. And that's a second phase of the initial phase of the project, but it's designed to be very similar to Carnegie Hall. But we'll have one thing that everybody else doesn't have in the Washington metropolitan area. When you go out for an evening, we'll have a place to park. You know, that most of the other venues, they don't have the parking that we'll be able to accommodate here. So you'll be able to park, you'll be able to enjoy yourself, go home, you'll be able to ride rail from anywhere on the East Coast and get here and enjoy our site and our lovely vision for this place. That is what we've promised. It's what we've committed to. We started in 2004, John Lally working with me to move this vision forward. We've been working on it ever since. Every day we seem to be working on it. And to finally be at a place where the community and our electeds have bought into the vision is a wonderful thing for our team, hopefully a wonderful thing for our community where we live and work. And we appreciate all of your support and expect that we will continue to be working very closely with our county executive.
That's right. Yes, you will, because we're expecting a great project.
Absolutely. And an expedited delivery.
That's right.
Thank you all.
Thank you.